Hello, I'm BJ from Hearns Hobbies, and this is
Oscar
from Hearns Hobbies, and we're going to be looking at the special little thing right here. So what have I got here?
This is the Glasgow Highlander, the Hornby Black 5 brand new release.
Looks pretty impressive.
It is. This is one of their brand new models, shown by their brand new box.
Yep.
And this is what they aim to produce towards the future. They've got a bunch of new features on this that we'll discuss. This is what they're aiming for their new trains to be like.
Yeah, so Hornby, I guess, they've got quite a bit of competition around, right?
They have.
So they recognise that, and they felt they've needed to up the ante with...
Step up their game big time.
Yeah, that's right. So features of it and the look of the overall finish.
And the quality. The
Yes.
quality control has gone up with this one, and
Yep.
they're trying to be much more consistent with what they're producing.
Well, it's a very impressive looking loco. So
Yeah.
the Glasgow Highlander. So this is called the Black 5.
Yep.
And what's it got actually written on it? It's actually called the Glasgow
Yep, that was the train's
Highlander.
original name.
Okay, yes.
So yeah, got it out?
Yeah, why not? Let's have a look-see inside. What sort of year are we talking about with this loco?
1934.
Right.
These were first being produced.
Right.
It was produced and designed by William Stanier. So this is actually the Stanier class, nicknamed
Right.
the Black 5. So
Okay.
William Stanier was the original designer.
Right. I'll give you a hand
And
there.
these were designed to compete with the Hall class in the upper region of England,
Right.
where they ran lines.
Okay.
So this was...
I might get the foam there. We'll pop it onto the
Yeah.
foam later. So it comes with like they always come with packets of stuff, right?
all the accessories.
Might be a bit difficult to see here. I will show you all these bits later.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
So we've got
crack it
a
out.
little packet of stuff there. Leave it there. So they're the optional extras that you can apply if you want to.
Yep, so there's a little dab of glue or even some friction fit.
Oh,
You stick them on and then
Right.
adds extra features to your train. There's a lot of the detail that might get knocked off in shipping.
Right.
So it just means it protects the model
Yeah.
and allows it to look its best when it arrives.
Okay, so we have the loco and the tender separate.
Yep.
What I might do is I might just shift this a little bit. So
Get it in
get a
top
bit,
view.
get in a bit tighter, and we'll have a closer look at the loco. There we go. It's got nice and sharp.
So this engine features a plastic boiler still, but you can see on the finish of the paint, it doesn't look like it's a plastic underneath.
No.
It looks really good and really consistent, and you compare it up to diecast locomotives, and it still looks really good.
Well, one feature I guess you can see there, I mean that's a matte finish here, which has a totally different texture look to the semi-gloss black along the boiler here.
Definitely.
Some really fine rails.
Yeah, they're separately fitted afterwards.
And then there's all this sort of riveting type detail, all the bolts.
Yeah, so the running plate is die-cast on this to add extra bit of weight.
Is it? Okay.
So yeah, so it'll get a bit more
because
traction.
you can feel quite a bit.
Yeah, it's quite a heavy
Bit of heft.
locomotive. In other parts, you got your nameplate that's again in brass.
Yes.
That's actually stamped, and even on the top of the locomotive, you get brass whistles that are fitted separately.
Yeah, they look nice, don't they?
So a really good shine to them compared to what you get out of a painted plastic.
Yes. And if we look on the inside here, let's see if we can get the light right.
Yeah, lots and lots of cabin detail.
Isn't it?
Even all the gauges, even we've painted all those through as well, so you can see exactly where it's all running.
Yeah,
check your
it's
steam,
well done,
check your
isn't it?
pressures.
Beautiful. Here's the other side. So what's the classification of this particular engine?
This is a 460. So you've got your 4 bogie wheels,
Yes.
your 6 driving wheels,
Yes.
and no wheels at the back.
There you go. I'm not very familiar with the differences with bogie wheels and such, so how is this meant to help?
So that sort of guides the train as you come into corners,
Right.
and it keeps it all balanced. And there'll be a lot of weight hanging over the front end if it weren't to have those wheels there. So it sort of helps balance the whole train out and keep it all in line.
Okay, there you go. Because sometimes you've got like 2 and sometimes 4,
Yeah.
right?
So it all depends on the weight of the locomotive.
Right.
So it'll spread it more evenly in case
There
you're
you go.
pulling heavier loads or you got more on board.
Oh, look at the running gear, all the conrods and such.
Yeah, it's complex.
That's the stuff that looks really impressive, isn't it, when it's running?
That's what everyone wants to see.
That's right. It's beautiful, beautiful. So how long did they run these for? If it was from the 1930s?
These were actually in production and being run for 30 years.
Wow.
They had a really long lifespan. They were again, a go anywhere, do anything train,
Right.
and they ran all the way up to steam died until it was replaced by diesel.
Right.
This was a mammoth production line.
I really like these copper pipes too.
Yeah, it's again a really great bit of detail, and Hornby's really stepped up what they are producing from the factory.
Aren't they? Okay, let's have a look at the tender.
Yep.
And the first thing that grabs my eye on that tender is
The coal.
the coal. The coal looks really good.
Yeah, it's really realistic.
Because quite often it looks really plasticky, doesn't it?
It does. They look really flat, and it's all really organised.
Yes.
But this looks really random, like it's actually been put in there, not glued in there by someone else.
Yes. Yeah, like there's some order to it. Like they would have some order, right?
Yeah.
Because you can see the shape of it. But yeah, it's really random, natural looking.
They even put the coal out of the fireman's pickup at the back there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's got the same sort of luster to it.
So that's where the fireman will shovel it from,
Yes.
straight in the boiler.
Okay, so there we go. So this is, does it have pickups here? It doesn't,
Yeah.
does it? Oh, it does have
It does.
pickups.
So this
Right.
has got...
So it's tender pickup as well?
Tender pickup. You can see it on the engine too, in the... Where's the frame for the camera?
There we go.
The coupling.
Oh, here.
See the metal contacts?
Yes. So it fits into this socket right there.
So this allows for really close coupling, which we'll see in a moment when we
Right.
connect them up together.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a full pickup, and so you got 6 wheels in the engine that pick up and 6
Right.
on the tender.
Okay.
So this is an extremely reliable locomotive to be running.
Okay, nice. All right, let's
Get on
get
track.
it together. Yep. So you put the loco on first. And I guess you put on this tender and then press it together, right?
Yep, it's a really easy,
So it's just a pressure fit.
just a little click, line it up,
Oh, there we go.
snaps together,
Easy.
just like that.
Right.
And you can
Easy.
see just how close the engine and the tender are sitting.
Yes,
lot
probably from
of
the
it-
front camera you'll be able to see
Yeah,
that. And
a lot
we'll
of
get a bit closer as well. That's really nice.
Yeah, give it a run.
Let's give it a go. Let's move this out of the way.
Wind it up a bit.
Yes. Okay, so this is DC.
This is DC and it's still running that slow. It's really impressive for a DC locomotive to be that smooth and to be running that slow. And these are obviously, you can DCC ready to be fitted.
Yes.
They take a 21 pin decoder.
Right.
So your basic standard stuff that will come in every other
Well,
train.
modern locos are pretty much like that, aren't they? They're
21.
most of them are ready, and it's quite easy to fit.
Yeah, and 21 pin is the standard. That's one thing that held Hornby back in the past.
Right.
They ran 8 pin decoder.
Oh, okay.
Which was not an industry standard. It was
Right.
a very unique thing that they ran, and it was stuff that companies like Bachmann left in the 90s.
I'm not very familiar with decoders. What is the reason for having different pins? Are there different functions?
It allows for more functions, yeah.
It does.
So the 21 pin means you can operate all your lights and other features separately.
Okay.
And allows for more detailed sound.
Right.
So you can have different sounds playing at the same time, which wasn't available with the 8 pins. You're sort of restricted to running one thing at once.
So the more pins, the more functions, is it?
Yeah, more pins, the more there is available.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, nice. That's a beautiful runner, isn't it?
It is
Now,
really
you were
smooth.
talking about these lights, these lanterns.
yeah. Pick that up and show the camera. Again, we can how easily it is to disconnect from the tender.
Yep.
Little pull,
Well, there you
just
go.
part like that.
Okay. So I'll pop that there.
So on the front,
All right, let's get in a bit tighter again.
yeah. So on the
I'll
front
get that
here,
focused. Oh, this way. There we go.
those lights that we can see,
So those white ones here.
yeah, those lights, they're removable and can be moved into other positions to classify if it's what sort of train it's pulling.
And you're saying that these work.
These work, so these are functioning lights.
Wow.
And-
And you can remove them and put them anywhere and they still
Anywhere
work.
you want, and they still work.
So
you've
they've got sockets.
a position on the top of each buffer.
Yes.
One in the middle is shown,
Yes.
and one up the top, which is already there.
I think there was a little diagram in this
Yeah,
manual,
so if
wasn't
we
it?
show you, get out the manual,
This will probably be a bit easier to see.
it's a bit easier to display.
There we go.
So
So
those
there's
all
the
the different,
orientation.
yeah, all the different positions, and they've got a little description under each one to show what sort of train it's meant to be.
Yes. So for example, this one, that's an express passenger or breakdown snowplow train.
Yep. And in its current position, it was set in its original position out of the box. It's set as a through freight or a ballast train.
Right.
It's just hauling general goods.
Right. There you go. All right. Now, what are some of the other features of this?
Some other features of this one is a light up and flickering firebox. Again, if you want to get in close.
Yeah, it can do. You're not going to see it now, but we will get it going.
Yeah, we'll get it going. It's hard, yeah, it is pretty hard to see. If you catch the light...
Yeah, you might be able to.
The firebox in the back there does light up orange and it flickers while the train's running.
Let me try something. I've got a little gadget here. Let's see if it works.
There we go.
How's that? We have light.
Yeah, there it is. So that little circle in the middle there, that's got a clear piece of plastic and a little LED behind it. So that'll light up and flicker as you're running.
It is really intricate detail there, isn't it?
There's a lot of detail, and it's it's lots of different colours too.
Yes.
A lot of cab detail you'll find they'll just use the one colour for.
Yep.
And be really basic, but they've actually got multiple different colours and little decals in there for all the different bits that need to be shown.
They've really picked it up, haven't they?
Yeah, it is. It's really a step up from Hornby.
Yes.
And much better from what they used to produce.
Let's have a quick look at this manual here. So there's a little manual, Black 5. Got some general details. And then over here, we've got lubrication points.
Yep.
How to fit the DCC decoder. So that's just inside the tender.
Yep.
Just unscrew it.
2 screws.
Straight in.
Plug it straight in.
And then there's your additional accessories. So you've got to get fireman,
Get the
driver.
across.
Yep, that's that little packet there. And then there's all the little optional bits that you can apply.
Yeah.
Yep, so little snow plows.
And your front coupling as well.
Oh, right.
If
Okay.
you want to pull trains from the front.
Yes. And then here's the lights that we showed you before, the different orientations. And what else do we have? Oh, and then some coupling. So as you can see how easy it was just to press it together and it clicked.
It's super easy. Much better than some of the screw ones that other brands offer.
Yes.
You have to just unscrew it every time you want to disconnect it. This makes
Yes.
it much safer for transport. Much easier to handle.
That's really good. It's beautiful.
Good bit of kit.
Isn't it? There we go. So that is the Black 5. Black 5 locomotive there from Hornby. Brand new release. And a beautiful, really well done model, I think.
It is. I think it's probably almost the best steam engine on the market right now.
Oh,
In terms of looks.
It's got your approval,
It's
yeah?
got my. It's definitely got my approval.
Oh, there you go.
It's definitely a looker.
Okay. Well, there we go. So that's Oscar and myself, BJ, from Hearns Hobbies, having a close look at the brand new 00 Hornby Black 5 locomotive. And
Thank you
tender.
very much.
Thanks for watching.